Hi viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Bahrain Today. Tune in into tonight's episode as we bring you a variety of topics ranging from food, creative design, and more. Before we get started with tonight's show, I would like to welcome you all to reach out to us on our Instagram and email shown below on the screen. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Nothing pleases your taste buds like good food. So how about some good Italian food? Gallery 21 chef Michele has proved that life is a combination of magic and pasta. Welcome, chef. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining the gallery. So, what's going on? What do you have for us today?
Today I'm going to present avocado and crab tian, which is Mediterranean kind of, not precisely Italian, but Mediterranean.
Sounds good. So, what's your favorite meal to cook, chef?
Oh gosh, that's a very big question. I love any kind of food. Obviously, my specialty is seafood, since I was born in one island. So
okay. Where are you from, Italy?
Sardinia.
Sardinia, nice. So Italian cuisine is many people's favorite food. Pasta, pizza, ravioli.
Yeah.
How are those dishes different in Italy than all over the world?
Okay, obviously in Italy you find the real ingredients, even if nowadays you can find proper ingredients everywhere. But obviously the local farms, the flavor is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But fortunately, as I mentioned, you can find pretty much everything everywhere.
Yes.
I've been traveling and I always find after a while my ingredients. So
how is it to cook good Italian food? Because I know that pasta is not supposed to be too soft,
yeah.
Right? What do we call it?
Overcooked. We call al dente.
Al dente.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, dente means tooth. So when you heat the pasta, when you're cooking it, it has to be a little bit crunchy.
Okay.
Obviously, it changed by everyone has different tastes.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. So, what are the most famous dishes in Italy?
Obviously, we are famous for pizzas and pastas. That's the most common.
And the main ingredients are what? Cheese, would you say?
Yeah, we use a lot of cheese. We use a lot of dry meats, seafood. It depends
depends which area in Italy.
Yes, which region. Yeah.
So tell us about the food you prepare at the gallery or Gallery 21.
Gallery 21, actually, we have a few outlets. So we have the Guinea restaurant where we cook Moroccan food. We have the Mediterranean restaurant. We have a cafe. We have a lot of things going on in there, but mainly is a Mediterranean kind of food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you mainly interested in or cook usually, Mediterranean food?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my specialty since I come
Your
from
specialty.
America.
Okay, I get it. So can you tell us more about the Italian spices? What makes them burst in your mouth? And
I will tell you a secret.
yeah,
Italian food.
one secret.
Shh, but don't tell anyone. Italian food is very simple. We don't use many spices as a spice. But possibly the only spice we use is pepper, black pepper or white pepper, depends. We use a lot of herbs. Herbs. It gives the aroma. It's like when you infuse your tea, all the flavor comes out. It's very simple. Italian food, as I always say, the less is more. So if you have a nice piece of meat, a piece of fish, the less you do to it, the best is, because the fish speaks from itself.
I understand.
So you just need a little help from a little bit of garlic, a little bit of herbs like oregano, rosemary, thyme, parsley, basil.
Right.
That's the key.
Cool. So can you show us what you've got here for us? Is it ready, or are you going to prepare something?
I'm going to prepare it in the meantime. Then
all right. While you're doing it, while we're talking, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's pretend we are in my kitchen.
So what is this now? Is this avocado?
This is diced avocado dressed with extra virgin olive oil, diced bell peppers, green, yellow, and red, shallots, lemon juice, and that's it. And a little bit of orange, lemon zest.
So like pizzas nowadays are made in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
So how is Italian pizza different from American pizza, different from Chicago pizza? Is there a wrong or right way?
I would say then there is not a wrong or a right. Let's say then there is the traditional, the original, and then it's being developed.
Yeah.
The Chicago pizza is still
The
a pizza.
deep dish one.
It's deep dish, whatever. Okay, let's start from the Italian pizza. Italian pizza, there are two main kind of pizzas, okay, which is the Napolitan,
Yeah.
which is a little bit thicker, a little bit more fluffy, the
Yeah.
boards are a little bit thicker.
Uh-huh.
And there is the traditional pizza, which is thin and crispy,
You're right.
okay? Then we have quite a few different kind of pizzas, but mainly those are the two the most common kind of pizzas.
And chef, when did you decide to become a chef, or what inspired you to become a chef?
Okay, that's
That's
an
a good
answer
question.
my mom can give you, because apparently I used to be in love with food since I was a kid.
All right.
We used to have a beautiful garden. My mom used to have a beautiful garden.
Nice.
And I used to grow my cherry tomatoes, my
Oh,
potatoes.
at home.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. Everyone
Speaking of gathering, so what kind of food do you like? What kind of food that has to be on the table served in a gathering, in Italian families' gatherings?
Okay, a gathering family in Italy, it looks like a wedding. Okay, my mom can be up since 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Maybe I was
wow.
coming back from the club. And she was,
Wow.
and it's just she's preparing breakfast, and by the meantime we have a breakfast. She was thinking about lunch. And when you have in lunch, she's already
thinking of
preparing
dinner.
for dinner.
Wow.
So you end up, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Dishes with the usually always, evergreen. As I say, a lot of antipasti, as we say, like starters.
Yeah.
So basically, you can have vegetables, any kind of homemade cheese and salami.
Right.
Yeah. And then obviously pastas. Our meal actually is 3 to 5 courses usually.
3 to 5 courses,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So how does it start?
It starts, as I said, for example, with a few nibbles, some olives, some cheeses, some salami, and then it goes with the pasta, which is always, the king of Italian food. Can be different kind of pasta. Can be baked pasta, like lasagnas, like
Yeah.
simply spaghetti or handmade pasta,
Right.
ravioli, and it's very, very regional. Every region has its own pastas, and
Yeah.
the region of Emilia-Romagna, where all the bolognese sauce comes and all those traditional things. They have a lot of stuffed pastas like ravioli, cannelloni, lasagna.
All right.
Actually,
And what about your area?
my area? We have quite a few
Seafood. more.
well. Actually, you can have both of the words in Sardinia, because we are an island, but there is a mountain as well.
Okay.
So we love, goats and sheep's meat. It's very various, the quality and the ingredients we use.
I understand.
But yes, mainly is seafood.
So tell us, how would the colors affect a dish before it gets served, once it gets served, before it even touches the...
Okay.
How important is the presentation?
It is. Actually, we have 5 senses, and actually
5 senses.
the last one you actually use is your taste.
Right.
Because basically, when the food is gonna come to your table,
You see it and then smell it.
Yes.
Right.
And even the when you taste it, is important. The crunchiness, the
texture.
The texture, exactly. The texture is very important. I mean, you can have for example, a beautiful pasta, but it's overcooked, it's mushy.
I understand.
Kind of spoil it. Maybe the flavor is good, but
but not the texture. I get it. So what about desserts? What is the most famous dessert, Italian dessert?
Well, the king of Italian desserts is the
Is
tiramisu.
tiramisu.
Yeah, everybody loves tiramisu. But we
Yeah.
have a lot of very. It depends on the region. Like for example, in Sicily they have cassata, Piedmont.
They have the roll, the cheese, the stuffed cheese.
Cannoli.
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 That's my favorite. That's my favorite by far.
Look,
I look forward to have it in any restaurant I go, Italian restaurant. That's the first question I call them to book, and I'm like, do you have the cannoli or no? And a lot of them don't, unfortunately, in Bahrain.
because the main ingredient is the ricotta cheese,
Ricotta, yeah.
but it has to be the proper one. If you use like a commercial ricotta, the dish is not going to be the same.
No, not the same, huh?
No, not at
And
all.
ricotta is from goat or sheep?
It's sheep.
It's sheep.
It can
yeah.
be the different kind of cheeses, but it's mainly
Yeah. So, would you tell us about the do's and don'ts about cooking in general? Like, mainly, don't do this or you have to do that.
Seafood, no cheese.
Seafood, no cheese. Fair enough.
If you have a pasta or any food, I think it depends which kind of cheese, but mainly.
Yeah.
I usually prefer use olive oil than not butter.
Okay.
But even in Italy, for example, north of Italy, they don't have many olives, so they use more butter, yeah,
Okay.
and cream. But yeah, and as I said before, don't overdo. I mean,
Don't overdo.
No.
Simplicity is the ultimate
Simplicity.
sophistication.
Yes.
Da Vinci.
You got it. Yeah.
Da Vinci, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a beautiful woman, it doesn't need to.
Yeah,
to
put makeup
yes,
and dress up.
yes.
She's just beautiful as she
She's
is.
beautiful as she is.
Right.
You know.
Wow, beautiful example.
Yeah.
I love your example. So what is this herb that you just you're putting now?
Those are baby leaves, which in culinary we call sakura mix. Is a mix of baby herbs. So we have a amaranth, you have baby basil,
Right.
and so on.
Tell us about London. What? How was it there? What were you doing? Cooking experience? How is it different?
London, I love London.
Alright.
To be honest with you, is my second home.
Yeah.
I've been traveling since I was 17 years old,
Mhm.
and since then, you know, I look for the place where I actually can find any kind of food, any kind of experience. I actually had this experience in two cities in the world, New York and London. They're very similar. They're very multicultural.
Multicultural,
Yes.
busy, energy.
Yes, there is a synergy. There is a lot of food culture. People
Yeah,
really travel a lot, so they know what they're doing.
Right. All right, that just looks beautiful. You were talking about the five senses. The first sense right now says it's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And the colors and looks good. It's like art.
It is art. I mean,
It is art, yeah. definitely.
there is a
Cooking is
difference
art.
between being a chef and being a cook.
Okay.
A cook is someone which just cook something.
All
A
right.
chef is a creation. You know, when you do when you change the menu or things like that, I actually design in a paper the way I want to be played up.
Mhm.
It's like a canvas. The plate
Right.
is my canvas.
Right.
This is my brush, you know, and those are my color.
So is it something to learn or is it talent?
I think for any artistic kind of things, you need to have it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it develops.
It develops, you know, but it's not just hearts and things like that. It's a very hard job. We're doing, you know, long hours, and we are always under the pressure. But
lot of pressure.
that's the part of the game.
We were just talking about it off air right now.
Yeah.
How the kitchen is known to be the most stressful jobs in the world.
It is stressful if you don't love it.
Okay.
If you love it, you're gonna love even the stress.
But let me be honest. Even if you do love something, because you have so much passion, you will get very angry at a lot of people because they're not doing it the perfect way. And being perfect is really tough. And that's a pressure right there.
Yes, perfection doesn't mean that, well, it depends at which angle you think perfection is. Perfection sometimes is imperfection.
True. Okay,
which
nicely
is-
said. Nicely said.
Which is controversial, but
yeah.
you know, something doesn't have to
Irony.
be perfect to be perfect.
Yeah, I get it. I totally agree with you. It's a bit ironic, but
Yeah.
it's true. It's true.
In nature, nothing is perfect if you think about. I mean,
Yeah.
there is no two snowflakes identical. So that's why sometimes chefs are the nightmare of waiters, or because we create a dish and maybe the day after we change it,
Yeah.
which is very stressful for, especially from the front of house. But you know, a dish is in constant evolution. It's not something static.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it's something that
Change is the only constant, they say.
yes, yes, yes. It's very true, actually.
All right. And then another irony, huh? Another ironic
Yes.
quote.
Yeah.
Change is the only constant.
Yes. Yes. It's actually very true.
So tell us about these final touches. What you're doing now?
Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of peppery flavor. This is a roast pepper sauce, which is actually done from roasting roast peppers, red onion, basil, just purified,
Nice.
and it gives a nice touch of color.
Right.
I like, you know,
And a nice touch of flavor,
yes,
aroma.
yeah.
All right. So are we gonna end this and have some food off air?
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank
my
you, Chef.
guest.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, let's do this. Viewers, hope you picked some Italian cooking tips. Don't forget and don't go away. We'll be right back. Good art inspires, good design motivates. Our upcoming guest has certainly drawn her motives into artistic reality. With us tonight is the creative designer and artist, Aisha Khalid. Ms. Aisha, thank you for being here.
Thank you as well.
Thank you for coming to our show and bringing all these beautiful pieces. So tell us about yourself and how your passion for graphic design turned you into the professional in the field today.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for having me first.
Our pleasure.
And I'll introduce myself as Aisha Khalid. I'm a graphic designer. It started when I was in the primary school. It's very young age. I've been kind of go to the computer, trying to explore with that website and etc. And I've been kind of dragged to the graphic design field.
What do you mean dragged?
When you see a lot in old albums, music albums, and you see, we wonder how did they create it and all the graphic design. At first was starting by the Adobe Photoshop, and it was the phenomenal program for the photo layering and all that graphic design. So
what about now? What do they use now?
Well, we shifted to a lot of the Adobe Suite programs, and then I started to practice it and to analyze the design that I'm looking for, and to analyze the current posters at that time.
Right.
So I went to the secondary school and I started to design for the school actually.
Okay. And you learned how though?
Well, from my family members, and try to self-taught through the websites. And as I mentioned, it's about practicing first. Practicing and learning and researching and all of that. And later on, in the secondary, as I mentioned, I did a lot of poster design, roll-up designs for the school, and the summer holiday, I opened my first house business, which is creating a custom-made badges. It's a very small business, but alhamdulillah.
And you were still in school?
Yes.
How did you manage to do both? Like, was it tough?
Really tough.
Yeah? You didn't have time?
It was really tough, and I was participating in exhibitions and the garden show and etc. And it was the trick and the hard part was how to deal with the customers, especially in the young age, dealing with the old people. I convinced them about the design proposal.
Because it's something a bit new for them. I mean,
yes, exactly.
They don't accept it. Why would I want to pay you for you to show me just the design?
It was a custom-made patch. So there was, wow, this custom-made, it's made in the same time. And so I was like, wow. Alhamdulillah, it went a very successful business. And later on, I took it as a more serious. I went to the academic, of course, and I took my BS in the graphic design.
So would you say graphic design is a hobby or a career? Or both? Maybe both?
Okay, I consider design as a career, but art as a hobby and a completing aspect of the design itself, because the two aspects are like the yin yang for me.
All right.
Yeah, so the design aspect, they focus off the external design problems and they tackle it by proposing a solution. On the other hand, we have art, which is focusing about the inner issues and, and create problem for the audience.
I understand. So what's your aim? What do you aim to accomplish, or what do you aim to deliver?
A lot of things. Well, I'm trying to tackle the design problems in our industry, like regarding the sustainability and going green, especially with the kind of all the pollution that are happening in our earth. And that's it. I'm kind of want to show my skills in both in art and design.
Excellent. And would you tell us your different project and one project that is very close to you, to your heart?
Well, starting off in 2015, I did a showcase on the sail art. I was chosen between the 14th artists in Bahrain to paint it and to paint a sail, and it was showcased on the 42nd the Bahrain Fine Art Annual Exhibition.
Right.
It was the inspiration was creating fish scales on the sail itself, where it's not about the artistic way. It's about the end view of that sail when it's fish actually serves in the sea. The reflection of the fish scales would like mimic the actual fish on the surface.
Wow.
Yeah, this was my project. The second project was my participation the annual fine arts as well on the 45th. It was the last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was interactive installation. Actually, it was the map of emotions.
I don't understand what interactive installation is.
Yes,
Would you
interactive
elaborate?
installation. Yes, interactive installation is like the unfinished work was displayed, but the audience, they have to complete the artwork. Yeah.
That's deep.
That's really deep.
That's deep.
So I provided a question to provoke them actually, and I mentioned what moves your word.
All right.
And the audience, they have to take it from their perspective. What shifted their word, what moves the word actually, and provide them with the 5 options, and each option is linked with the colored thread. Like love was red, politics was yellow, food was green, and let me
and so on.
And so on,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And the audience will come and they have like
they
an inner
would put
fight.
their feeling in the art.
Exactly. The threads mimic their feeling, and they were starting to cut.
And that was your project? You came up with the idea, or did it come to you and then you just designed it?
No, it was my idea, and it was showcased in the 45th in the Fine Arts Exhibition.
Beautiful. So would you tell us a little bit about the art that we've got here in front of us, please?
Well, it's different mediums, as you can see here. My advice for the new artists or the practice, they have to practice the anatomy first. Before going to the abstract. They need to learn about the basics. They have to try all the mediums first. The mediums, the charcoal, the acrylic, the watercolor.
Okay. Thank you for elaborating, because I didn't understand.
Yes. So as you can see, there's a different mediums. The acrylic with the pouring with the rosin, also the gouache, which is the peacock, and we have the portrait of the girl here.
I love the details. I could see a lot of details.
Well, yes, I work a lot of layers. First with the abstract colors, and then going into the deep. It's about layering the colors.
Right. Just like layering in the graphic designing and the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I get it. So, have you joined any art workshops?
Yes, a lot, a lot. It's during my studies and after my studies, especially.
And did you ever think of doing art workshops? That teaching
Not
you
yet.
yourself?
Not yet.
Okay.
But inshallah, why not?
Inshallah. Where can we find your artwork or designs actually?
Well, I showcase a lot on the social media and especially in temporary exhibitions. My last exhibition design was in the Sif Manama. I've designed a whole exhibition from the event concept actually. It was bottle shape. It was about the National Environment Day.
You have a lot of different ideas. I love your ideas. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
Thank you. So it was really thinking about where should we place the booth design, who are the target markets, who's the audience. And I have to think as more graphic design, I have to visualize the information in order to make the people understand it. whether it's an infographics, whether it's a VR, says for the young generation, whether it's a video, and etc. And to complete it, I created an installation. This is my last work. It's a full of plastic waste. It was an actual waste. It was collected from another company. It was very full clean, and it was here. This issue, the project was art is completing the design, where art was using as a whole big arch to make the plastic.
You know
ocean.
what I really like about you, Aisha? You always think out of the box.
Thank you.
Really, like you gave me like 3 ideas now. I was like, wow, how did she think of that? MashaAllah. That's impressive. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I don't have any idea, but we don't guarantee anything. But I do believe that the hard work I work and I push myself hard, I will
succeed, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Ms. Aisha, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Thank you.
I see, in the next 5 years, I see you much bigger than you are today, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you for being here. Thanks.
Thank you.
There are 3 responses to a piece of design. Yes, no, and wow. Wow is the one to aim for. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Slime is not just thick and slippery liquid or fad for children. It's a science, cool chemistry, and sensory tactile experience and connection with other children and parents. Today in the studio, Anfal Walid, owner of Let's Flamingo Slime, from Young Traders Exhibition Organizing. Hi ma'am, how are you doing?
Good.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So how old are you, Anfal?
I just turned 11 last month.
Last month, and you're already an entrepreneur. You already have a business.
Yeah, I started it like 2 or 3 years ago when I was like maybe in grade 3 even.
Okay, and how's that going so far for the past 3-4 years?
Good. Yeah,
Good?
It's actually good.
So tell me your story. How did it all start? Why did you get into slime, not some other business?
Yeah, well, like when I was in grade 2 or 3 like that, I was starting to watch slime and getting really like interested in it.
Okay.
And it looked really fun. I was like telling my mom to like I want a business, you know? I just told her I want a business. And she actually helped me in getting a business and being like social and like social media and like making slime videos, and then like we started to begin, you know, the business.
So how did your products improve since the beginning until today? So for the past 3-4 years now.
Well, I've been actually trying like going online and like checking stuff like scents and stuff like that improved, and like the texture and the scent and everything like that.
So is that what makes your slime more special than others?
Yeah.
You'd say?
Yeah.
So what is it? The texture?
It's like mostly about the texture and like the color and the scent.
Scent. All right. So Anfal, how do you manage between school and your business?
Well, it's easy actually. First, I just start with like any homework or like something like that, and then when I finish that, I have like some kind of timing for me to do my business.
So Anfal, who are your biggest customers? Who buys these slimes now?
Like in the beginning, I started with my family and relatives.
All right. And so what's your favorite product out of all? Not necessarily these, but whatever products you sell. What's your favorite one?
Like my favorite one is this, the Hubba Bubba bubblegum slime. It smells like bubblegum and it smells so good. I love it. And the texture is actually a weird texture.
Huh.
It's like...
How weird? How is it different? Why is it weird?
It feels like chewing gum. It feels like you got it out of your mouth and you're playing with it.
Okay. So have you participated in any events?
Yes.
To sell the slime?
I participated 2 times in Young Traders, and then before starting that, I what is it called? Oh yeah, I was going to events with my mom and helping her. So
Right.
that's where I got like the attention, you know?
So tell us about your first time when you joined Young Traders. How did it help you develop your business, get better and all that?
It helped me communicate better and
Okay.
like communicate better, and it like improved me, you know, in talking and all that stuff, and like business, and I feel like it will help me in the future too.
Definitely. So would you recommend it for other entrepreneurs like you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it.
Why?
You know, because like to keep your mind off school for a little while, you know, after you finish all that work and like that, you can, you know, like just jump into something like something fun that you like and you're
Right.
interested in.
So tell me about who were your biggest supporters other than your mom?
I don't have a word for that. My mom is my biggest supporter because
Alright.
she helped me with everything.
Amazing, amazing. Well, a message to other entrepreneurs, people that are our audience today. Do you have a
Yes.
message for them?
Yes. Well, first of all, like never, like never care about what people say about your product or like
Okay.
anything you're selling, even though if you have a shop or anything like that.
Okay.
Like don't care about what people say.
Yeah.
Just go like on like what you are interested.
All right. Well, Infal, thank you for being here. You're an inspiration. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Viewers, stay tuned and we'll be right back for more. Viewers, we have reached the end of another great episode of Bahrain Today. I hope you enjoyed the country's latest trends and topics featuring our great guests. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social accounts where we'll be answering your questions and inquiries. Goodbye and God bless.